How's it going, guys? Josh here with Trax RC, and today we are bringing you episode 7. Can't believe it's this far into the series, but we're here. And today we are installing the BowHouse RC LCG battery tray for a Trax TRX-4. So let's go ahead and get started. The first step is to, of course, remove the body on your car and then just set it off to the side. The first thing that we're going to do is remove the 4 screws holding on the stock battery tray. So there is 2 in front and then 2 in the back on the sides. After you remove those 4 screws, you can lift the battery tray up and then bring it forward and rotate it to the side, just like that. And then set that off to the side. Now we can go ahead and install the new BowHouse RC battery tray. So you're going to want to slide it into the chassis rails and rotate it.
Two hours later.
There we go. That was a lot harder than I thought. And then you want to make sure no wires are in the way. And then reinstall the 4 screws that you took out to hold the old battery tray in. Now that we've installed the 4 screws and the battery tray is secured to the chassis, we can start installing the new rear chassis brace. The old chassis brace is held on with 3 screws, and to reach 2 of the screws we have to remove the 2 screws that hold on the top of the shocks. Now that you've removed the 2 screws holding on the top of the shocks, we can go ahead and remove the 3 screws on each side of the chassis that hold on the rear chassis brace. Now we have to remove the 4 screws that hold on the rear bumper mount. Pull off the rear bumper mount and set that off to the side, and then we want to remove this screw right here. Now we can pull up on the rear body mount and then pull the rear chassis brace out of the frame rails, just like that. Now it's time to install the rear chassis brace. We're going to install it with the flat edges facing down and the rough edges, or the not straight edges, facing up. So we're going to slide them into the frame rails, push them until they line up with the holes, and then reinstall the 6 screws that hold it in. Now that the new rear chassis brace is installed in the frame rails, we can take the rear bumper mount, slide it into the rails, and then reinstall it with the 4 screws, 2 on each side. Now that the bumper mount is secured to the chassis rails, we can install the screws that hold on the top of the shocks. And we are finally done installing the BowHouse RC LCG battery tray and rear chassis brace. Now there is one more screw remaining, and this screw is for this body mount right here. And with the new chassis brace, it actually doesn't have a screw hole for this screw to thread into. So let's just throw that screw off to the side, and we will not be using it anymore. As some of you may know from previous episodes in this upgrade series, you would have found out that we had to attach this switch right here onto the side of the stock battery tray with Velcro, and we really couldn't do that with this battery tray because there's a hole cut out for the lock and unlock diff servo. So we had to improvise, and what I came up with was to just directly mount the switch with Velcro to the floor pan. One thing that I'm really gonna miss about the old battery tray is how easy it is to get a battery in and out using this clip system that Trax came up with. It's really cool and it's really easy to work with. And with the BowHouse battery tray, they require you to use a Velcro strap. I'm not a huge fan of this idea just because it takes a lot longer to get the battery in and out, but I'll definitely live with it. And one thing that I noticed about the battery tray is that when the battery's in it and the suspension compresses all the way, it might be hard to see, but the 2 links right here actually touch the battery. And I really do not want that battery getting ruined, because it is pretty expensive and it's only soft case. So what I did is I cut out this piece of foam right here to fit the battery tray, and I'm gonna super glue it down, and then it'll elevate the battery enough to where the links won't hit it. Now there's another thing that I should probably go ahead and mention. So as you can see here, the links do not touch the battery anymore, but they actually touch the bottom of the battery tray. And what this does, it actually limits the suspension travel in the back. As you can see, the shocks aren't actually fully compressed. So I could go ahead and Dremel out a section in the battery tray, but I don't really want to do that right now because it's a brand new part. I might do it later on in the future for another upgrade, but as of right now, I'm gonna leave it as is. At this time, we would like to invite you guys to check out our website. Click the link down below in the description and it'll take you to our website where we have reviews on all of our cars, including this one, and our merch shop. Just keep in mind that we do make a small portion of the profit made from our merch shop, and all of that money goes straight back into the channel to create more content for you guys to watch. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Trax RC.